Hey everyone, Rachel here with the Charlotte Mason Plenary, and I'm here with Lari Jo Edwards. She is our science education specialist at the Plenary, and she has a lot of great classes in the co-op. So we're here to talk about all those great classes. Um, where should we start? Do you want to maybe give a little bit of background info about you and your qualifications because you have so many?
I have a bachelor's degree in marine biology with a master's in ecological teaching and learning, which is the naturalist side of science, more like what Lewis and Clark would have done on their journeys, or Charles Darwin, or any of those major naturalists that we talk about on a regular basis. So that's kind of my schooling background. I worked in the classroom for 9 years teaching math and science. So that's my love. And then 12 years, well, and going 12 years plus in the informal science world, doing science additional field trips for schools and classrooms. I was introduced to Charlotte Mason through that informal science, through a family or a couple of families who came regularly to my nature journaling and field sketching classes, and fell in love with the process that Charlotte Mason used, and through that found you, and I'm happy to be here.
We're so happy you're here too. All right, so let's talk about some of your classes. You have a lot.
I
Let
do.
me put those up on the screen. All right, let's talk high school biology first.
Sure. And so high school biology is a prerequisite for almost any high schooler to get out of high school. It'll be a 2-semester class, so you'll do biology fall and spring. We'll use the Big Fat Notebook as our basic biology book. You'll keep a nature journal. I'm going to call it a nature journal, but it'll be based on the stuff that you're learning in science. So you'll be drawing your fungus and your taxonomy, or you'll be drawing your biomes in there so that you've got that connection to nature journaling, but in a note-taking type of way. We'll also be reading the Sand County Almanac. That'll be our living book for biology, and it is written in a month-by-month kind of format. So we'll read September and September, and October, plus a second essay from him from the book as well. So we'll read the month plus an essay and talk about it together. I do too. It's a great book.
Yeah. Your high school biology class. So this is your second year. It's our second year with the co-op, and so your second year of teaching, and with us anyway. And I know that your high school biology class got so much great feedback and reviews from the kiddos and from the parents. It was really, really interesting. Like, I know you brought in some guest speakers and just really interesting topics. And can you tell us a little bit more about that?
So I bring in guest speakers when I have someone who is really excited about it. So, for instance, the Sand County Almanac is written about a county that most of us don't live in. And so I brought in a geologist to talk about what that county looked like, and compared it to a few of the counties that my kids that were in the class were in last year. He plans on coming back and doing that again this year for us. So that'll be exciting. I brought in a parasitologist when we were talking about parasites, because everybody loves the ooey gooey gross things that could be in your stomach. So he did a really great job kind of bringing that to life, because I don't have parasites in my wall of stuff that's over here. You're backwards. My wall of stuff that's over here. It's not something I can keep on my shelf. Like, I could just pull a pine cone off my shelf right now, but I can't pull a parasite. So that's some of it. I have somebody coming in who's going to talk about the art of nature using the Fibonacci sequence in biology. So that'll be exciting this year. That's a new one. It's a program that I saw over the summer and thought, high school biology kids would love this. It's a little mathy, but I think it's really cool to see how that sequence shows up over and over in nature. So I'm really looking forward to that. We try to do something outside with each lesson. So it's a little bit harder at the beginning when we're talking about scientific process and chemicals and things like that. I mean, it's hard to go outside and see neon, but we try to have an outside assignment where you'll go outside and use your nature journal as well. So I do my best in that.
Okay, so let's talk The next course on the list is environmental science. This sounds so interesting to me. Tell us a little bit about that one.
So, I have a master's in being a naturalist, and I thought, wouldn't it be great to teach environmental science from the living books kind of way of teaching it? So, in the past couple of years, a couple of books have come out that I thought kind of lent itself to that. One of them has 14 naturalists in it, and that's what we're going to use in the fall. So we're going to go through this book one naturalist at a time and learn about their life, learn a little bit about what they did, and how that affects the environment today. So it may be something that happened, 300 years ago, but how is that affecting today's environment? And then in the spring semester, we're going to read a book that is about a man watching men study endangered species. So his goal was, he had a 2-year-old, and his goal was to go out and see all these things that may be gone in his 2-year-old's lifetime. So he visited the researchers who were studying polar bears and butterflies and little bitty things, and took his 2-year-old along with him on this journey. So just a way to kind of bring it back to today's time, because that is what the second book is about. So I'm really excited. I've never done it this way before, but I am looking forward to it. I think it'll be good.
Those books sound so interesting, and I love, that not only are you a scientist and a naturalist, but you're versed in the Charlotte Mason way of doing science, and so that you bring all of that expertise to the classes and to the students. We're so excited that you're with us.
I'm really excited to teach environmental science. The only thing you need is a basic biology knowledge to come into that class. So if you've already had biology, or even if you're taking it and you choose to take it simultaneously, I think you could do that as well.
Yeah,
So.
definitely. We have one comment here from a mom who was Donovan was in your classes last year, and he's going to be in your classes
Donovan
this year.
was, yes.
Yes, yes. And so anyway, she says that he can't wait. He's looking forward to it. Love that.
I'm excited. I'm totally
I love
excited.
it when students are excited about their classes, and about the books that they read. It makes such a difference because they really connect with the material. All right, so
yeah.
let's talk about middle school science. I know lots of kiddos love your
science.
middle school science. It's lots of fun. and moms are so appreciative of it too.
Middle school science is hard to teach because it covers everything. And so I can understand why moms kind of get a little overwhelmed there. Again, we're using a Big Fat Notebooks as our basic textbook. It's really easy to read. It's already done in formats that make great note-taking styles. Again, we'll use our journal to take our notes in. I personally think you should take your notes in any form or fashion you want. I'll show a couple of different ways the first couple of weeks, because some of us are artists and like to draw our notes. Some of us are doodlers, and that's fine. Some of us are really good with words and like to write basically every word that's ever been said. That was me. It's not so much me anymore, but it was me in middle school, definitely. And so I give you a few different ways and let you pick which way is best. For middle school science, because middle schoolers are all trying to find their own niche right then, and they're trying to find the thing that works for them, and that'll carry them on through high school and college. So I want to explore that with them. Again, it's a 2-semester class, and we cover all aspects of science, from chemistry to physics. There is a little bit of math in that physics part. I wish I could teach it without math, but physics is math. So, and then natural science as well. And again, outside assignments, and I will be doing a few more experiments than we did last year. Last year, some of the experiments didn't take hold like I thought they would. So I've come up with new experiments that'll be a little bit easier. So I'm really excited about being able to do that with kids. And it'll all be things that I'll do underneath my document cam here in class, but the list will be there for them to repeat it at home, because a good science experiment is done 2 or 3 times. So I'll do the first set of data, and then they can choose to do it 2 or 3 more times over if they have the time and the availability. But everything will come out of your kitchen. So, it'll be pretty easy.
Yeah. And what there's another book you're using also for the middle school science class, right?
Walden. My living book is Walden this year. So
I love Walden.
Sorry,
I love it so much. It's one of my favorites.
So I've given I've given the kids the choice of buying the annotated version, which is notes about Walden's life and family and maybe the location that things happen so they can have some reference, or the journal taking book where they can write their own notes. So I will be using the annotated version in class, so they'll still be getting those notes. It's just whether they want to highlight or write their own notes is up to them. So
Right. We love annotated
I do
editions.
love Walden too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Well, I
Okay.
do too, but I do know that sometimes taking your own notes is the way that it gets in your brain, and that's important.
Yeah. Okay. So let's talk about Field Notes Friday. It's a nature study class,
Yes.
and
Yes.
it's such a wonderful class. This is kind of how our co-op started. Your Field Notes Friday class was kind of like a little experiment we did to see how well it would go, and it went so well that here we are. Because sometimes families feel a little intimidated with nature study. They don't know how to do it. They don't know where to start. Um, and you just make it so simple and so engaging. And it's something that now parents can outsource to you. And it's odd because kids are online with the class live with you, but they're also outside. So tell us a little bit about Field Notes Friday.
So my favorite Field Notes Friday last spring happened when a little girl tuned in and she was sitting in a tree, literally. She's like, I'm in the tree at the park waiting on my brother. What are we going to do today?
I love it.
I don't usually teach Field Notes Friday to kids sitting in trees, but it was great fun. I usually go outside unless it's raining like it is today. But I set it up right here in the studio. So I'll set my paper up underneath the DocuCam and say, today we're going to do a leaf study or an insect study or a 100-inch hike, whatever my big general topic is. And I'll give you a little bit of background information. We'll set up the page for what I'd like you to go look at. And then for 20 minutes, you go out into nature and look at, draw, discover, write about whatever you've seen. And you can take me with you if I'm on your phone, or if I'm at the computer, you can just turn the computer screen blank and come back in 20 minutes. And then we talk about what you saw. So it's really great because the kids are from all over the nation and sometimes, other countries. And so the leaf that I have may look nothing like the leaf of the kid in Florida or California or whatever. And so we're able to compare and contrast what's at different places. Or maybe they can't find a leaf at all for some reason during that time period. So there's always a second or a third option that they can choose to look for. And it's great to hear them talk about what they noticed and what they wondered while they're looking at that leaf or that insect or taking that hike through the grass for 100 inches, seeing what they can find.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
Love it so much. And I know our families love it too. Okay. Field Notes Friday. What else am I forgetting?
The intro to field sketching class.
Field sketching. Yes. Tell us about that one.
So a lot of parents, not so much children, but a lot of parents say, oh, I can't draw, so I can't do nature inquiry. Well, that's not necessarily the case. It's all about pencil miles, how many times you pick your pencil up and you put it in front of you and you actually practice the skill. So in the intro to field sketching, every month or every 2 weeks, I give you a new lesson, and that lesson will be something on shading or something on color theory, or maybe how to draw a better landscape or to draw wildflowers so it doesn't look like you're always looking at them from the top. You know how we all always draw the front of the flower, but to teach you how to kind of bend it and manipulate it. So those are some of the things that we cover during that class. And then after the class, you have homework on the bottom, and that homework is in a 4, 3, 2, 1 kind of setup. So 4 of the thing we just learned, 3, maybe we're going to do some 10-minute sits just so you can start making some observations. 2 of something we've practiced in the past, and 1 landscape drawing or 1 overall. Like I call it our piece of art, our practiced piece of art. So it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. The kids really see a difference. We draw the same thing on day 1 and the last day of class so that they can compare how far they've come. And it's really amazing to see the details that they've picked up in that little short period of time.
Love it. Okay, well, let's see. we have some people tuning in, but I don't know. I don't see any questions yet. So we'll hang out for a little bit just to see if we get any questions.
Sure.
Is there anything else that we didn't cover?
I don't think so. So in biology, I'm looking forward to getting kids outside and seeing what's going on. Environmental science, I'm really looking forward to getting them to think a little bit outside the box and what they can do. They're kind of call to action for environmental science. We're not all going to be hard scientists or researchers, but we can make simple changes at home that will help the environment. We'll talk a lot about that during that class. Middle school science, my goal is just to get them excited about science and have fun outside and in nature, and that connection to all those really cool things that are in this world. And then, of course, nature study and field sketching are all about connecting to nature and being outside. So and I'm hoping it's going to grow their observation skills.
Love it. And the only other thing I wanted to point out was that the high school biology course and the environmental science course are definitely high school credit worthy. Yes?
Yes.
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 Yes. One full high school credit for each one for the full year. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Correct.
Yeah. Definitely.
Same with middle school. And the other two can be half credits, and they can be counted as your fine arts.
Fine arts elective.
So yes, for your Field Notes Friday or field sketching, that can be a fine arts elective.
Great. Okay. Lari Jo, thank you so much. We appreciate you so much teaching at the Charlotte Mason Co-op. And, classes start in about like 10 days. So
I know.
I know. So people need to go sign up. Sign up now.
Yes.
Get on the list and get your supplies. And we're going to have a great semester and a great year. All right. Thanks so much.
So much fun.
Yeah. Sure. Thank you.
Bye. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.